Here's just some real quick techniques so you can identify potential hazards. You should be looking 12 to 15 seconds ahead of your vehicle. I think Emily alluded to that. She said she looks way out there. 12 to 15 seconds. Now you may ask yourself, well, what is 12 to 15 seconds? Well, what you do is you find a fixed object on the roadway, and then you start counting how many seconds it takes for you to get to that fixed object. You know, and you don't have to do that with every object. Then you kind of gauge what 12 to 15 seconds look like. Basically, see it like this. As far as the eye can see, look way out there. If I notice that somebody keep hitting their brake lights, or cars keep hitting their brake lights in the middle lane, do you think I'm going to stay in the middle lane? You know, let's say if I was on 635, I'm not going to stay in that middle lane because there's got to be something up there. Why do they just keep putting on their brake lights? That happened to me, and guess what? There was a couch. When I got up there, I was like, oh. Now, the guy that's not watching ahead, doing other things inside the vehicle, you know what I'm talking about? Driving, he's going to run into that couch. Or he may miss it, but the guy that's tailgating that person will get it. And some people love that kind of stuff. Oh, you want to tailgate me? Okay, come on, come on, come on. And they see some debris on the roadway, and then they pull over suddenly so that other person can get it. That's evil. That's real evil. And I'm glad you guys are not like that, or you're not like that now. But, you know, we used to do crazy stuff like that, all right? Another technique that you can use is use wide vision. Don't just have tunnel vision and just focus on what's ahead of you. Look way out there. You were talking about animals earlier, right, John? If you're looking with wide vision, you're looking not what's in front, but what's on the sides and what's behind you. But an animal would be way over here in the grass area, right? In the grass area, or maybe on the service road. If I see that animal on the service road, there's a good chance that he's going to cross the freeway or, you know, cross my path. So you want to keep those things in mind with wide vision. So I talked to you about 12 to 15 seconds using wide vision. Here's another technique that you can use, following distance. On the roadway, just standard roadway, just on these little side streets, you should have at least 2 seconds behind you and that other vehicle. All right? There should be a 2-second cushion. Do y'all know how that works? No. John, that's why I'm here in this class, so you can teach me, right? Okay, let me just show you real quick. Demonstrate. All right, let's say you have 2 vehicles, and this guy is following this guy. All right, this piece of paper right here represents a fixed object. Let's just say it's a tree. All right, I'm following this what do you call it, cement truck. This car counts 1001, 1002. You see what I'm talking about here? This car should not reach this tree until they hit 2 seconds. This is just on side streets, all right? On the highway, since you're going faster, you need more space, all right? So now we're on the freeway, I need 4 seconds. Everybody got that? Good, very good. Am I losing my class yet? Okay, I'm just making sure y'all still awake, okay? Because I'm going to start asking some questions in a minute. If y'all look at me like, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, 4 seconds. So I pass this dump truck this cement truck passes the tree. How many seconds? 4. Okay, count for me. Go, let's go. 1001, 1002, 1003. Am I too close? Yes. Because I hit that marker, right? All right. Now, Emily, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Defensive Driving Coach, you know, extraordinaire, what if people get in between me and that other vehicle when I'm leaving all this space? That's what you were thinking, right? Yeah, something like that. I'll never get home because now I got to back up and give this person 4 seconds, right? Well, it's progression. Some people, they don't understand that we are actually moving together down the highway, all right? And I'm telling you, when you open up space like that, what's going to happen, John? Somebody's going to what? Jump right in there. Yeah. I had a guy that was, this is just a little case study. I was on 635, and this guy was behind me, and I was leaving about 4 car lengths, or, you know, about 4 seconds between me and the other vehicle. It's rush hour traffic. And I've learned if you are driving up on people, you're going to be hitting your brakes, and it's going to cost you money. Every time I hit my brakes, something goes off in my head, cha-ching. It just happens in my head when I hit my brake, cha-ching. Because once I get that brake job, and you know it's pretty expensive, I'm like, I don't need that type of expense or premature expense. So I'm driving, and I look in my rearview mirror, and this guy does this. I'm going like, he needs a ride? I'm like, what's going on with this guy? Then he does this. I'm going like, hey, that's a gun. That's the universal sign, sign language for a gun, you know? So I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I mean, he's intentionally trying to give me a message. And I'm looking in the rearview mirror, I'm going like, what am I doing? And it goes like this. I'm going like, that's a big gun. That's a Glock. that's like, I'm like, this is really serious. But I'm a little slow. I caught it by the time he did this. When he did that, I was like, oh my God. This guy is counting how many vehicles I'm letting over. And by the time he went like this, when he did this, you know, he freaked out. He was like, I'm like, oh my God. Then, you know what he did next? He passed me. Now, we're in rush hour traffic, folks. Rush hour traffic. He passed me up, gets next to me. I'm not going to look at him because, you know, that's what they want. Don't give it to him. Passes me up and jumps in front of me. I'm like, cool. We're all stuck, buddy. We're not going anywhere fast, right? So I decide, okay, let me get over in another lane, get away from this guy. Well, traffic moves. Traffic moves. Guess what? I eventually passed this guy in another lane. And there was something about me, the wicked side. I'm telling you, I do have a wicked side. I wanted to look over John. I really did. I wanted to look over and go like, buddy, I caught up with you. After all that crazy stuff, you know? So I've learned just the same way you can see potential hazards on the roadway, you can also see potential hazards with people's attitude. They call it road rage. So I try not to tick people off. I try my best. Even though they want you, I mean, a lot of time road rage is really home rage. Remember the statement I made at the onset? I said people drive the way they live and they live the way they drive. So if a person is having rage on the road, guess what? They're really having home rage. That's what's happening. They are having issues in their personal life that they're actually putting on the road. So here's my challenge to you. If you ever get upset, don't take your car. It's better for you to step back, understand what's going on, you know, because, I mean, you're in no condition to drive. Because as soon as someone cuts you off, you're going to take all of that anger that you have for another person and you're going to put it on this other person that they don't even know you. All right? Very good. That's an old-fashioned horn. So I think that concludes our class. Thank you so much for coming. I have evaluations at the on your table. Please fill out your evaluations. And if you have any questions or any comments, I'll be here for another 5 minutes, and I'll be willing to answer those questions for you, okay? Thank you.